I got a stick. Ooh, I got a stick. I got a stick.
Hello, and welcome to the Best Butties, where we, the Eldritch Council of Butties, decide on the best stuff. I'm Jack, and joining me today is Robert.
Hello.
Brandon.
Hiya.
And Ryan.
Bonjour.
And hello, lads. The question today is the topic I put forward, the category I put forward, and that is the best animal. But that is
Deadliest animal.
Most dangerous
Deadliest.
animal.
Well, it's got to still be the best. I mean, so
Are you saying that only the deadly can be the best animals?
Yes.
Deadly animals.
What animal
Yes.
is best at
right,
deadly?
I'm a zoologist, so yes, and I guess that's the official opinion of the podcast now, and the academic community.
It's quite a toxic masculinity-based version of the best of animals, but you know, it's my little spicy hot take for the podcast.
Look, if an animal cannot kill another, is it truly alive?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So, if
Butt
we
stuff. Husbandos.
Correct.
Tell us.
okay, yeah.
Tell us.
So, just to recap on last episode, we did the best husbando, and we did mention that we'd go and have a look at the top husbandos from other sources, other incorrect sources, and we never did. So we've got a list of best husbandos as decided by
the internet.
I guess cbr.com. I don't know what this site is, but it's got a list and it seems fine. I guess specifically by Hannah Grimes as of February the 5th, 2022.
Okay, so it's recent-ish, at least, so thank you, Hannah. I also had a realisation yesterday that we missed a real obvious choice, possibly the correct choice, possibly one that would have won it for me. So it'll be interesting to see if that's on the list. But Immortal Tatsu from Way of the House Husband. The entire show is about how he's a good husband.
So I was thinking about him, as I often do late at night. It's phenomenal. I think the only thing that held me back is that the manga's great. The show is maybe not as good as Berserk, because it just sort of degenerates into just showing manga panels that are coloured in for part of it.
It's fine by me.
What, really?
It's fine by me.
They do that?
It's really low budget, but it is very funny.
Yeah.
But would we say that akin to the rules that we had for Smash or Pass, where I said pass instead of pass, so I'm really in my head about how to say that, that if it was already, if he's already a husband, like a house husband, is that allowed? Are we allowing that?
Well, that's
as a
why I
husbando?
dropped my second choice. Is because
he's already
a happily
a
married man,
husband.
and I think the same thing with Tatsu. Like he's very happy. He's so devoted, but he is a very good husband. He's just already taken Brandon. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe he'll get
Lost
divorced.
again. Bloody hell, Brandon, you're doing a good job.
Oh, does Brandon break his losing streak? Does he make it out of the first bracket?
No, probably not. But
We'll find out.
So, yeah, let's catch up on what the internet thinks the best husbando is. And in future, if you have any opinions on any episode so far or at any point, send us an email at bestbuddiespod@gmail.com. Or I'm going to start adding polls where they're available on our Twitter page. Instagram will stick some stuff up. And we'll also do it. I think Spotify has the ability to do that, so we'll do it on there as well.
And shove that shit in the comments and anything. That's all good as well. We'll read that. So that sounds good.
Just as a quick aside to that, don't make the same mistake that I did last week. After recording, one person usually edits each podcast, and I usually have a couple of whiskies during a podcast, but not this time because it's currently 2:30 in the afternoon. And I sent it to bestbuddiespod@gmail.com, which is actually run by two teenage girls. So if I'm not available for the next recording, it's because I'm in prison for being a nonce.
or you've joined a different podcast.
Yeah, true.
Is this how you tell us, Ryan? That's
Yeah, there we go.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
That's fine. You're
Maybe
in.
Hannah's actually one of the people.
You and Robert are just the nonce half of the podcast.
True.
Wait.
Oh my gosh!
Wait,
Let's not make this any kind of canon, please.
is that why we're all sat around and you're raiding your tits off like, it's just not sending? Why is this taking so long? Is it because you're going to the wrong email address?
No, that was
your upload
that was
speed.
WeTransfer.
That's your shit upload
that was
speed.
my shit upload speed and WeTransfer shitting the bed. But then I had to
okay.
resend it. I had to delete it off my Google Drive because I didn't
Right,
want them to open my voice, be like tits and
Yeah.
ass.
That's enough parting the kimono here, lads. Come on, let's not go too far behind the scenes.
What we do.
Allowing people into our process. Let's go back. CBR.com, top anime husbandos. First one we picked out on Google. Good enough for us. Number 10, Haruka Nanase. He's talented and driven with a cool personality. Apparently. He's from Free.
No idea who that is.
Has no one watched Free?
Never watched.
Free.
No.
Swimming anime.
No, what's that?
It's a swimming anime.
No.
Now,
It's very good.
it's just going to be a bunch of budgie smugglers, is why they
Yeah,
picked that, isn't it?
It's Ryan's sort of thing. It's very good.
hey, only if they're twigs. And I'm in.
They're swimmers, right?
Well,
They're probably
there we go.
shredded.
swimmers.
Yeah.
Daddy lied.
Yeah, it's like maybe the sports anime that's aimed at like women in a way that's really fan servicey.
Just
But it's legitimately a very good sports anime.
I mean, I say watch Kaijo, but a lot of people say they don't watch that, so that's a good one if you like bums. And boobs.
It's it's the Kaijo of serious anime.
I've got that right. It's called Kaijo, isn't it? That is
The one
correct.
where they have to hit each
I
other
think-
off platforms with their asses.
That's it. That's the one.
wait. So
That's the one.
I'm listening. What is this?
Kaijo. Yeah, it's like a sports. Is it? Can you say it's a sports anime?
I mean,
My
it's
kind of
fake
sport.
but
a sports ecchi anime, yeah, I think.
yeah, it's not ecchi. No, it's not ecchi.
Well, it's
That's
not
not
hentai
correct.
because it doesn't go that
No,
far,
it's
but
not
it is
hentai.
ecchi because it's perverted, like purposefully.
Oh man, when you say it like that makes me feel like a right.
Message me after the podcast. Well,
I will do, Brandon.
I mean,
don't
I've
worry.
watched a fair few episodes. It's fine for what it is. It's not good.
The story's good.
It's
Watch it for the plot.
it's fine.
plot.
Takumi Usui?
Is that number 9?
Yeah.
Is that 9?
Kaicho wa Maid Summer.
No,
I have
No
no
idea.
idea what that is.
I don't know what any of this
Keep
is.
going.
I
going.
know the next one, and actually, we should have had some of these on our. Well, I should have brought some of this, but I wouldn't have won. And how could I bring anything but our boy Guts? Tamaki Suo from Ouran High School Host Club, a classic, absolute classic anime. Ouran
Nope.
Ouran High School
Jack.
Host Club. It's a classic. It's basically a girl is going to an all-boys school and has to pretend to be a boy, and then she falls in love with all the boys. It's really
Maybe we're not weebs anymore, and Jack, you're the weeb.
Yeah.
And we're just normies.
So
yeah,
you,
probably.
That's what-
you just admitted that you watched like an anime where girls bunts each other with their asses. You're a weeb.
Yeah, but I watched that a long time
no,
ago.
no.
That was
Well,
like,
it
What
wasn't that
Robert's
long
a degenerate.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
a
a
wee-
different flavour.
bit different. Go on, Karen.
Ouran High School Host Club, very good. Ryuji Takasu loves, who apparently is
that
on the
6?
list for number 7, loves cooking and cleaning and is a protective, caring partner from Toradora.
It's
No.
on my Crunchyroll list, but I've not watched it yet. So
Here's one that at least Brandon will know: Mamora Chiba from Sailor Moon.
cool.
Although the screenshot they've taken here is from that really recent Sailor Moon reboot, and I really couldn't stand that.
Crystal?
It was bad. Yeah.
yeah.
It was just bad Sailor Moon.
Yeah, if we go in Sailor Moon, it's got to be maybe Jedi was pretty hot, but now we're getting deep into Sailor Moon.
We should just watch Sailor Moon again.
It's good. It's good shit.
I rewatched it a little while ago, but I'll rewatch it again. I love Sailor Moon. In at number 5, you got to mention last podcast, but didn't get on anyone's list. It's Roy Mustang.
I respect
Good
it.
shout, to be fair.
I know that
That's
one.
a good shout. Yeah.
Another one that didn't see any action on our list, but maybe could have popped up in another universe, is L from Death Note.
Not
He's the quirky little
husbando
goth
at all.
boy.
I don't.
I've not actually
Yeah,
watched
same.
Death Note.
It looks too
Yeah.
teenage girly for me. I'm not.
It was aimed at that audience.
Death Note is phenomenal.
It is very good. It's
If you
very-
don't watch it, you should read it. It's very good. And actually, there's like sequel novels and stuff which are also very good.
There's it's a lot of people's sort of gateway into anime. I've heard a lot of people. Their first one will be Death Note. Is what's got them in.
Yeah.
It's
It's not too long either, is it?
No, it's
quite
11
short.
episodes.
Yeah, that's good. That's a
It's
nice
really short.
intro. Although I do recommend if you want to intro into anime, Kill la Kill. That's the good stuff. That is. I love Kill la Kill. That is a very good anime. I don't just like animes with review.
Again,
It is
Robert's
good.
a degenerate.
No,
Killer Kill's not that bad.
I don't know, mate. I watched it again recently, like a couple of episodes. I was like, "Oh, this is a bit this is on the line, a little bit." Yeah. Mako is an absolute queen as well. So
The thing with Kill la Kill is that the artist, the mangaka, just knew what he liked. He knows what he likes. He's putting it on screen. Trigger are gonna do that.
and you love Trigger,
I mean, they've had some misses.
yeah, but
Mostly
a lot of
good,
hits.
so.
Yeah,
Sebastian from Black Butler.
shit.
I remember Robert watching the shit out of Black Butler at
hell
university.
yeah, and that is such a good shout that I totally forgot about, and I am appalled.
Yeah.
because
He probably could have gone toe to toe with Guts.
I've never watched
yeah,
it.
he was good.
It's so
Again,
good.
It's very you,
Very
right?
good.
It's
It's
real
a lot
good.
of twinks. Sebastian is a big twink.
Sebastian is a
The-
king of twinks.
yeah.
He's a dom twink in a way that
Well,
would. Yeah, that's going on
Yeah.
a list.
that's going
Very
on my
good.
list.
The dub for that anime, very good as well. So if you want to watch the dub instead of the sub, it is good. It's worth watching.
In at number 2, we had another one that I think I said I thought Brandon would bring last time, and that's Kakashi from Naruto.
Yeah, thought about it. Just didn't think many people here like Naruto, so it was a tactical choice. The one you always call Sasuke.
the tall Sasuke with the eye thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the Sharingan.
And then in at number 1, we have Levi Ackerman.
No,
I don't
no,
get it.
no.
I've only watched like
No.
one season, but like still, that's not a husband, right?
No.
Surely.
He's psycho.
His draw is that he's like a standoffish type who actually cares deeply. He's that trope.
The husbando list, right? They've not done our consideration, which we mentioned right at the start of the episode, was who will actually make a good husband, rather than who's
Yeah.
hot and broody. That's this list,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, this is
yeah.
who do we want to fuck?
So, and that was definitely wrong. Also, Jack, did you say his full name? Because that's a spoiler.
They say his name in like season 1.
That's not said in season 1.
They
Is
say
it?
it real
So,
early on.
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure because I've only.
Oh, do they?
'cause
Oh, okay.
I stopped watching Attack on Titan before it got to the anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah.
So,
why it gets good.
I knew his surname, so it must come up very early.
They say it real early, and I then spent ages being like, is no one going to talk about this? Are we not going to address this? They don't care for like 4 seasons.
I'm pretty sure they say it like.
Do they say it? I thought they just say Levi.
I think
I'll take
everyone
it back
just
then, in that
assumes
case.
it's another. I mean, I'm someone with a common surname, so surnames mean nothing. Except in anime, where usually
It's well worth Attack on Titan though. If you've not watched it, anyone that's listening to this, like push past season 2 when it gets a bit slow. It gets real good
and very
like,
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, well, that as well. But it is very good. It is good.
No,
it's
it is
fantastic.
really good. It's a shame. I do need to sit down and watch it. I just want to find a way to watch it that doesn't give him money.
Sasha
I mean,
Best Girl.
there's so much anime where that's the case. Like Ranma 1/2, I think is definitely the guy's a nonce, so you don't want to give him any. But that's most people's gateway anime and the anime they love. There's a lot of nonces, a lot of fascists. Hey Japan, you okay?
Yeah, but I think before we move on, that's like generally, like general Japanese auteur culture. I think it gets a pass in the West because they produce cool zany stuff, but you actually dive into it, it's a bit weird. Like, let's be honest, what's Kojima got in his closet? Just saying.
I mean, just blow up dolls of Mads Mikkelsen, I think.
Yeah, true.
Same.
Good vibe of that.
But yeah, no,
There you go.
you're right. It's definitely a thing where it's dying off. Like that older generation is going, and the new anime mangaka and people tend to be super progressive.
Yeah, but all that's coming out now is isekais.
Yep.
I don't know. There's good shit. Like, I don't know when it actually came out, but have you watched the Netflix adaptation of Alice in Borderland?
No.
That's actually very good.
No,
it's one of the rare good live action adaptations. Fantastic. Pretty much all the way through the first season. I'm only partway through the second, which just came out. There's a really cool trans character with a very touching story in there, which is good to see in Japanese culture always. And not have them be like a bar mama, which, although, yeah, that's an important Japanese like touchstone, it shouldn't be all that trans characters are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, go and watch Alice in Borderland. It's one of those Squid Gamey like battle anime stuff. Like you can see battle royale in there, but it's pretty good. There's a point where they have to run through a tunnel with traffic being chased by a panther.
Oh my gosh,
fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and then I thought we'd go to another just to round off this little catch up, which has sort of been a bit rambling. This is what happens when I'm in charge. When I'm the podcast husbando, the podcast daddy. I think we go to the
Can we please have that as the title for each week's winner?
That's a clip.
The podcast daddy this
week. When we get big
week.
enough that people animate this, that's going to be a clip. That's
along with last
gonna be
episode's koala fucking.
Yeah. That will also be the very first shirt we put out is just podcast daddy.
So I'm going to go to the other place where anime is held up in the highest regard and debated with the most serious people in the world. I'm going to Quora.com. animedebate.quora.com/who is the best husbando. Arush Singh has some suggestions from 2 years ago. Here are some of the best husbandos. Dio.
Yes.
Light Yagami from Death Note. Gintama.
Oh, cool.
Don't know who that is. Naruto, I guess, is a child here. And Katsura, dressed as Mario. So, yeah, this is maybe the worst way to do this list because there's no, like, where is this person from?
That's such a standard Quora.com absolute shit tier list of literally anything. So, congratulations
Yeah,
on that old woman.
Because now I'm questioning, do they mean Dio from JoJo's or Dio, the 70s and 80s rock singer? Because that varies my opinion.
It is Dio from JoJo's. I would say Dio should also get on the list there.
Holy Diver, that's a tune. It's a good song.
Guts gets in on the second answer here by Anina Garcia. She has a Bleach avatar, so can we trust her opinion? Probably
Yep,
not.
Absolutely. It depends. Which character?
What's the avatar? Yeah. Which character? We'll put Jack's Bleach knowledge to the test now. Looks like Ichigo Kurosaki.
No, it's Aizen. It's Aizen.
It's Aizen.
Aizen when when he's hot.
Is this Aizen when he was actually a part of 5th Division?
After because he gets hot then, doesn't he? He takes off his glasses and gets a little hair
removes
down
the glasses, and then the nerdy kid gets hot at the high school dance. Yeah.
Does a bit of his hair fall down
that
as well?
little Superman strand. Yeah.
This thing I'm realizing. So maybe the best bit of Quora is that you can put like your qualifications and stuff in. So on this anime forum, Anina is apparently a woman of culture. Her job is former Aizen's #1 simp, 2020 to 2020. She studied at the School of Fujoshi, and she lives in the anime universe. So really normal people here.
Can I just announce that officially I now hate anime? That has given me the ick completely. That's disgusting. I
think the thing is these are
we
all
generalising a
teenage
fan base there?
Akira is up on this. I don't think he would be. I have not watched that film in maybe a decade. I should watch it again.
Sorry, from Akira.
Cool bike. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but he's a ruffian.
Yeah.
Ruffians can love too, Robert.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but not me.
Shall we maybe circle around and start talking about some animals, boys? Shall we?
Can do.
Because I do worry that we could talk about anime husbandos for the next hour.
Part 2.
No.
The Husbandos podcast. No, let's talk about some real things, some real animals. So for the bracket this time, we're first up. We've got Jack and Ryan, and then second is Brandon and myself. So Jack, Ryan, who wants to go first? To do the
Ryan, you
deadliest,
go first.
best animal.
Okay, I was going to let the podcast daddy go first, but
No, podcast daddy wants to to just sit here for a bit longer.
There was a distinct point in when this was listed by Jack last week in the episode where he said no extinct creatures, and as a paleontologist, I was fuming because there goes.
That's another podcast episode, right?
Yeah,
I'm
true.
trying not to burn our content.
True. So I was a little bit miffed, but it gave me a good opportunity to do some cool Google and YouTube searches, and I picked between two, and I'm going to qualify this with, I didn't go with the bullshit poison answers. If you've done that, I don't respect you at all, and you should lose. Because if you we stated last week that two animals are going to go into an octagon, sealed octagon, and fight. Sure, someone poisons something, right? That animal's not going down for 5-10 minutes, and in that time, the other animal's going to get wiped out. That's my opinion. There. So,
I mean, that's it, and a lot of them are. If it's poison rather than venom, they'd need to be ingested in some way, and then they've already lost by that point.
So I am going to go for a saltwater croc because they're very good on land, they're very good in the water, and they're not as quick as maybe some other people's choices on here, but they've got pretty sick armour, and all it takes is one bite. The bite forces on crocs are enormous. They get you in a death roll, you're absolutely screwed. They're little walking tanks. Well, not little. They're absolutely massive. And I think they can take anything. They can take wildebeest. They can take probably elephants. That's my official opinion. Saltwater croc.
That's a very good shout, because they are terrifying. I think because we're in this country and we don't really see them. Because in Florida, they're not saltwater in Florida. I guess they're freshwater.
Alligators as well.
Yeah,
typically.
salties you'll usually get
alligators.
in Australia.
But even seeing an alligator, nah, man. I'm not fucking with that.
There
Not a chance.
Some crocs in the Everglades which are hybridizing with the alligators in the wild, which is
cool.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you just get bigger of both. Bigger, more aggressive.
Oh my
the
gosh.
typical hybrid.
Well, they're already
traits.
big.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. It's probably at some point last year, ended up on some weird rabbit hole of crocodile death roll videos. Stuff's wild.
Brandon, you okay, hon?
Yeah. I think I was a few beers deep browsing Reddit. I was like, fucking look at this. Oh, God.
It's a strong pick. Some sort of crocodilian. I was definitely thinking about them for my picks. Is there anything else you want to say to defend your scaly boys?
Like I said, a lot of stuff is faster, a lot more agile, but I think they can just sit and wait because the kind of more dermal scales can take a lot of hits.
Camouflage of the octagon. I've seen that in MMA many times.
Well, they can just sit there, as long as I don't think them being relatively slow-ish and not as agile as maybe some other people's picks isn't a detriment. They can just sit in the corner, and if they go near them, snap away. There you go. So one-hit KO.
You better pick a pretty aggressive animal then, Jack. So that's going to be one boring fight if it's just two animals sat there doing nothing. Just waiting for it to come near them. Also, yes. Ryan, you said last week you wanted the species names, is that right? The Latin name? Which I've actually got one for mine, so I'm expecting it from you.
I think I got it for mine as well. I might have to double check.
Oh.
I might have to.
We're the uneducated ones. You're the doctors.
I've not even given mine yet. Fuck off.
Oh, that's true. Sorry, Jack. I won't lump you in there.
If you want the saltwater crocodile, that is Crocodilus porosus.
Crocodilus porosus.
So, Jack, I'm terrified of going against you, the zoologist, so hit me.
I mean, that was it. I was really... So, the issue with having an education in the thing that you're looking at is you want to go for something that no one else is going to pick and go for something obscure. The problem is there's a reason that people pick the ones they pick for these sorts of questions. They're big, they're bulky, and they will fuck you up. You know, bears, big cats, all of these things, large herbivores, they all come into these discussions all the time. I'm really struggling to decide, but I think I'm going to have to go with Loxodonta africana, the African elephant.
Yeah, they are... sorry, I should go on. Let you continue.
No, I mean, a male bull elephant regularly fucks up pretty much everything else in the savannah. You see them take on hippos, they take on buffalo. they take on cars.
God, they are big
They're
as well. My
fucking
God.
huge. I've been charged by one, and I have never put a car in reverse as quickly in my fucking life. It was scarier than 10, 15 minutes later when I turned a corner and interrupted a pair of African lions going at it and got the death
Are
stare
elephants
from
as
the male.
aggressive? Because would you say crocodiles are aggressive? I assume they're not really. Like, they're not out to be like, I want to just fuck things up. I wouldn't say an elephant wants to fuck things up either, unless you just cross its path and it's like, I want to.
A bull elephant will, but I don't think that matters because they're being caged in, and at a certain point they are just going to get in each other's way, especially with two things like that. I mean, how does this play out? We can do a bit of theatre of the mind. We can go into D&D mode and work this out.
Yep. Yeah. What does the elephant roll? Let's find out.
Roll for initiative, Ryan. Let's go.
Roll for
A salty is a big crocodile, but compared to an elephant,
Its weapon is its death roll. Like, really, once it gets you in that.
it's a proper heavyweight fight in terms of it's a one-hit KO. It's like two Tyson Furies going at it properly. Not going at it. You don't want that.
You stay out of my search history.
But yeah, it's a one-hit KO for either of these beasts. I think if the crocodile gets underneath the elephant, maybe goes at the kind of.
I think, yeah, but if it goes underneath, then I think it's
Squashed.
Crushed.
Because that's a one heavy. That's a heavy thing. The elephants are.
Elephant has
chunky
You know,
boys.
it has the big old tusks if they haven't been lopped off. Okay, it's got that weapon, but it's also got those big old feet.
True.
And really, even if it just falls wrong, if it falls on top of the
Do we
crocodile,
scale
yeah.
and do we? No, I guess that sort of counteracts the idea of this. We just scale the size of the elephant down to the size of the crocodile, but then I guess it doesn't, because is it deadly? That's the thing, right? Like the crocodile, I'd be like, I'm terrified of that. The elephant, I'm sure if it's charged me, I'd be terrified about. But then I'm a bit like, oh, look at the elephant. They look so cool, man. Like elephants look.
I feel like an elephant is a more docile animal than a crocodile. I think a crocodile's more willing to start shit.
I don't like, as someone who keeps reptile, I think a crocodile pretty fucking docile up until it needs to eat and something comes past. Like, they're an ambush predator.
I think the way I'm looking at this is, what would I rather... I understand that we're fighting, we're duking them out in a ring, but also, what would I rather approach? And it is not a crocodile.
Okay, I'm helping my case here. You can check the chat.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't doubt the ability... There's a picture here of an elephant literally putting a car on its roof with no sort of issue whatsoever. And a hippo on its roof as well. And a cow.
Sending a cow flying. Like,
wow.
These guys just fucking go.
The flying cow is something else.
I think we should give Ryan a moment to try and find a picture of a crocodile flipping a car.
Oh, baby, I am trying on this.
Putting a Fiat Punto in a death roll.
Oh, brilliant. I'd like to see that.
I love a reptile. I wanted to pick a reptile. I couldn't think of one that could take on the bigger boys of the animal kingdom because they're just not built for that sort of hunting.
Look at this.
What is it?
That's crocodile fucking up an elephant.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
Crocodile.
it's got the trunk. So we're seeing a Nile crocodile, I'm assuming, jumping out, grabbing the trunk. My thing there is that
excellent
is not a fatal
core strength
blow.
from the crocodile.
That's
if it can
good.
lift itself
Yeah,
up
holding
as well.
on just for dear life. But I think that kind of does show that clearly the crocodile started shit there. He's gonna be quick
Yeah,
to
and the
start
elephant's
a
going to
fight.
fucking finish it.
I wouldn't be
Like,
surprised
what is
if
that
that.
crocodile doing from there?
No,
Where
I
is it
reckon that
going?
elephant ran.
Okay, yeah, but I can live without my nose.
I feel like in that sort of situation, an elephant is more likely to retreat.
Bite my nose off and we'll see what fucking happens.
That's commitment to the pod. I like it. I am sort of. I'm on Brandon's vibe here. The crocodile is simply the way it looks is terrifying.
Yeah, but that doesn't
wanna
matter. A fucking cuddly toy could win this if it could finish that fucking fight. It's who kills.
No, I think the
We're going for-
crocodile is more of a
It's
killer.
not who draws blood. Yeah, but it's not getting an elephant in a death roll.
No, it's not getting elephant in death roll.
It
but-
needs to take repeated chunks, and that's not how a crocodile hunts.
I think it could do it though. It's got strong enough bite force to get reasonable chunks out of the midriff, and then I think
it could take down a calf and maybe a small female. I don't think it's taken down a bull.
But then again, you didn't specify a bull elephant.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
He did say bull elephant. He did say.
Sorry,
bull
listeners, I don't listen properly.
So Ryan, you're gonna have to go back in the edit, find where I specified the bull, and drop it in here now. So there we go.
Hello, listeners. Ryan here. I've gone back and clipped this little portion for you, and I think you'll find that Jack, whilst he does mention a bull elephant in his initial story, doesn't actually specify that he chooses a bull elephant. So I'm right. Ha.
I'm really struggling to decide, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Loxodonta africana, the African elephant. No, I mean a male bull elephant regularly fucks up pretty much everything else in the savannah.
After that delightful victory, it's on with the show.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because I completely understand what you're saying, Jack. They'd both fuck me up. The sheer size and weight of a bull elephant is wild, right? It's absurd. There's just something about crocodile that unnerves me in a way that an elephant doesn't.
Oh, they're fucking terrifying. They like crocodiles. They really are. I just think, first of all, you're taking it into a ring where it can't do its usual ambush predation, so it is going to have to get spicy there. So it's already sort of out of its element, and then it's something so big that in the wild it wouldn't go for it unless the elephant really fucked up, like the one with the trunk there. But also, what it can do with its bites, it's going to take a chunk and then it's going to get fucked up in retaliation. The elephant might die, but it's going to die after the crocodile.
Yeah, but
the crocodile will go down first from a crushing injury.
Who's the real winner if they both die, though? There is
whoever
no real
dies
winner
last.
There.
It's the audience, Rob. What? It's the audience. The
audience are the winners.
Hello, yes, we also need to mention, and this is not part of the competition, but baby crocodiles, baby alligators, baby crocodilians in general. Cutest sound in the world. I love it.
Oh yeah, the little squeaks.
Sound.
I
squeak.
often go on YouTube and just listen to the sound that they make because I love it so much.
Yeah, but then baby elephants are cute
That's
as well.
not the debate. Let's not get off topic.
Okay, if that was the debate, I think crocodiles win. I think their babies are cuter than baby elephants.
Agree. Hard agree.
But in terms of fighting, as much as I love a crocodilian, and I really do love it, I think the elephant is just going to fuck it up.
I'm trying to think back to the topic of this entire podcast, which is deadliest animal, and an elephant, in my eyes, just does not fill that criteria. I understand they can flip cars, cows, and whatever, but a crocodile is that is deadly. Everyone knows a crocodile is deadly, and people would probably approach an elephant, right? But if they're stupid, but people would not approach a crocodile, right? Do you see what I'm trying to say here?
I think we're both on the same point where it seems to really just come down to the aggression of the animal.
Yeah.
I mean, but then I guess we need to look, because I was under the impression it was what animal wins in like a one-on-one fight, not on any sort of human perception of deadliness. Because I'd agree, you're more likely to die from a crocodile attack than an elephant attack.
Because I thought this is the most dangerous animal, not what an animal to go one-on-one, a more broad...
No, when I pitched it last, I think I specified that it was like which animal wins in a one-on-one fight.
If we do
that sort of deadliest.
If we're doing one-on-one, I'd go elephant. If we're talking a more broad, what do I think is a more generally dangerous, I'd go crocodile.
We can go, if everyone has picked broadly deadly animals, then I'm happy to change the question. And
I went to the original one. Yeah, I went to in the octagon one-on-one.
One-on-one?
We'll
say one-on-one.
Are we saying
elephant,
Brandon?
Yeah.
It's elephant. So congratulations, elephant. But elephant, you get through.
The crocodile be waiting in the car park where there's no rules, is what I think.
I mean, look, the crocodile would go after his children and would win.
Yeah.
You disrespect my family.
That's it. I guess so. Yeah. I guess it's the elephant.
Okay, congratulations, bull elephant.
Rude.
You have won.
Hey, look, I think if it was some of the extinct crocodilian species, like the ones that were built like cats and things,
Yeah.
we might... That
Built
would be
like
fun.
what?
Have you not heard of them? I can't
No.
think of... Ryan will know their names.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
crocodiles went through and this might segue into a future little segment that apparently everyone else loves apart from me, where it's fun and fossil facts. But
Let's go.
Well, that's it. A little intermission, fun fossil fact. Here we go. Ryan, bring some facts.
So crocodiles, in terms of what they are today, are kind of boring. A crocodile is a crocodile across basically all the species. They do exactly the same thing. They look very similar. But 100 or so million years ago, during when the dinosaurs were alive, crocodiles had a lot of different forms. There were crocodiles which could run, much more like mammals. Crocodiles which look like armadillos, like armored crocodiles. You get crocodiles which were much more pelagic in terms of they look like whales and dolphins, really adapted to living out in the ocean. You get crocodiles doing the best T-Rex impression as well, kind of almost standing on two legs. So crocodiles did a lot of stuff back in the day, but they've kind of only really survived that end Cretaceous mass extinction by being what they are today, and that's the only kind of alive relatives that we have. But yeah, back ages ago, there was a huge diversity of crocodilian forms that we just don't get anymore.
Crocodiles are cool.
Yeah,
You can quote me on
They're
that.
cool. Are there any prehistoric elephants?
Rob?
A mammoth?
The mammoth.
Was the...
In terms of elephants,
Was
you
that-
don't get a huge amount going that far back. You wouldn't get any in the Cretaceous, for example.
because they're not lizards.
Yeah, they're not
'cause
as old.
mammals were.
Yeah, mammals are a relatively-ish nucleid in terms of geological time. Only really appearing in the last, I'm going to put a number on this and it will be wrong, by the way, 10, 20 million years. So nowhere near dinosaurs at all.
The question is, do we go into bracket 2 or do we first find out what you two would be able to fight against? Your little side, your side quest. Do we do that now, or do we want to do our bracket and then we can go through everyone's respective cage match before the final?
I think we go through the brackets,
Fine with that.
and then we come out, because we can have a discussion, all four of us, about that.
Yeah.
And I think
Go on,
that'll be
Branderas.
Right.
But
I'll let you go.
I will just say, usually we'd have a little news segment, which is just Jack's Googled the topic and come up with some stuff, and I didn't choose to do it this time.
We had
I didn't
20
choose
minutes
to do it.
of husbando talk, mate. I think
Exactly.
we're okay.
We had loads of husbando talk, but also when you Google this sort of thing,
Horrific
you just
animal
get-
attack.
Yeah, you just sort of get parents watch child mauled and horrible things like that, which I don't really want to spend my
Don't
afternoon
click
reading.
those live league links. I don't think that's worth it. Mate. So
Yeah, although I did really like the news broadcast jingle you put in the last episode.
That's very nice.
good. Gave me a chuckle in the car.
That's very nice.
But going into my pick now, I've gone for what I believe to be an incredibly, if not the most dangerous animal. Again, I was originally going for the more broader, not necessarily cage match, but I think it will still walk the walk in the octagon. And then as an added bonus, it's probably the most fun name to say. So I've gone with the hippopotamus.
Oh,
Let
Shit.
me throw some statistics out there for this bad boy. The average weight, 1,500 kilograms. It can run up to 19 miles per hour. It can potentially hold its breath underwater for about 5 minutes. They kind of look goofy and cute and sweet, which sort of lulls you into a false sense of security with them, which does happen quite a lot. And then they fuck you up. Yeah, probably. I think they are one of, if not the most, responsible for the most human deaths from people just fucking about and then getting trashed by a hippo. And I did a little research, found out in 2014, a single hippo capsized a boat and killed 13 people, right? And that's enough
a hell of a body
for
count.
That's enough for a
Whoa.
chopper gunner kill streak, so you should be grateful he didn't call that in.
I was about to say
otherwise-
that's a great KD ratio.
That's
for one.
a hell of a KD. Yeah, the nuke would be inbound, and the match would be over. It's the hippopotamus.
How did it? So for the 13 people that it killed, was that because because of what it did? It didn't just chomp on 13
It
people.
capsized the boat.
It went back to finish them off.
Well, no, I think possibly one or two drowned. A lot of it was just hippo massacre.
Oh my gosh!
They just fuck around. They'll mess you up
Don't their mouths open
like crazy. Yeah,
The angle of their mouth is
Yeah,
bonkers, and the noise they
yeah.
make.
I mean,
Oh my
they
gosh.
tried to warn everyone at an early age by giving out the fun game Hungry Hippos to try and teach children, but they just didn't pay any attention.
They didn't learn. They were so hungry. Look at the little
and
mints.
then they became
they
the
love
mint.
mints.
Yes, exactly. It's the hippo.
So I've just done a quick Google because I did remember seeing something, and Ryan hasn't gone through, so this is fine. But the hippopotamus bite force exceeds 1800 psi, deadly and immensely powerful, supposedly capable of biting a crocodile in half.
Oh,
So
That's
hey,
strong. That will snap you.
A hippo was my second choice. I really
a
should
hippo
go
was
for-
that
maybe
was
my
just
second choice as well.
Hippo's
Yeah,
good.
very good, very
Now,
good
don't
choice.
let the fact that Jack
Whoa.
put out a picture of an elephant flinging a hippo dismay you. That's
That's the
irrelevant.
late bracket. Ignore
that's.
that. Ignore
I
that.
just need to get through one bracket in my life. So yeah, it's the hippopotamus.
Brandon, that's a really good one.
What's the scientific name on that, Brandon?
Well, here's the thing. I think it is just hippopotamus. I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
It's, I think it's hippopotamus or something.
they might have put a bit of flair on it, but hippo.
It was a Friday when they got to the hippo. It's like, fuck it, just leave it. That's fine. That sounds good. Go to the pub.
I mean,
Thanks to
'cause-
scientists. I can't
well, no,
believe
because
it.
I think they're in the family that's hippopotamid. Timididae.
Yeah, that's it.
Hippopotamus. Yes.
I'm guessing at that because of how we usually name shit.
Call them the
Ah,
hippopotamus. There's lyrics of Hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus amphibious is the hippo.
Yeah, wet hippo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hippo. Okay. Shall I
crack on, mate.
Okay, right. Okay. You guys have all picked some pretty gnarly animals. So what I've gone for is something that I believe is the deadliest animal, and especially compared to some, they're pretty terrifying. Fairly small, not very big, very aggressive, extraordinarily aggressive. I've gone for the Mellivora capensis. I've gone for the honey badger, not Daniel Ricciardo, the honey badger. Let's talk a bit about the honey badger, shall we? They've been known to chase away lions for food. Lions. Yeah. Lion is like 10 times the size of this tiny little honey badger. Chase them away. How do they chase them away? Why do they run away? Because they bite the testicles. I'm not even joking. Testicle biting. Not fun. Really bad. They will eat pretty much anything. Anything. So they've been known to eat black mambas. Yeah, and that is one deadly snake. You don't want to fuck with the black mamba. That's awful. And also cobras and whatever. Super intelligent. You don't really see honey badgers in zoos because they have tried and they always manage to break out. So they use brooms, put them up walls, climb out of the brooms, not a problem at all. They hide places and they know when like schedules happen when people come in and out of it, run out that way. Super duper clever. The bite on a honey badger is more powerful than a black and brown bear.
Really?
Tiny little honey badger.
At the same time?
Man. Oh yeah, they will. They're at the same time. They're biting both off.
Double
both
teamed
their
by
testicles.
bears. I think that sounds like a night out.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, it's on Euro Bear. Maybe that's a and yeah, big claws. They've got really big claws. They can climb like absolute pros as well. And I've already said they're very aggressive. Really, really
That
aggressive.
is a very
one thing
good
that
show.
They will fuck you up.
That you've missed there that I remember from a zoology lecture years ago, like a decade ago, is they also have the ability to turn around within their own skin.
Yeah, now I tried to find that online, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Is that true? Is that true?
seem to remember it coming up in a lecture, but also who the fuck studies honey badgers in Wales? So maybe that was also them.
What? I'm sorry. What does that mean?
Skin's like loose, so like if they're like if somebody's like grabbing them, they can like move around in their own skin. So
They have the
I guess the
extra-
muscle.
Yeah, it's
right?
like really
That what it'll be?
rubbery.
Oh,
And like it's more like wearing clothes. It's really fucked up.
I'm getting extremely bad vibes from honey badgers.
I don't like that fact.
Mate, honey badger, they are, mate, you don't want to fuck with a honey badger. I mean, look, why do they call Daniel Ricciardo honey badger? It's because he's really lovely, like honey badgers are, but he's also aggressive on the track. Well, he was, he's not anymore. Rip Daniel Ricciardo, he's a bit shit now. But honey badgers, amazing. You see them on TV and chasing away lions or whatever. It is bonkers. They do not give a shit, and they are tiny. Well,
it's a
they're
very
small.
good show. It is an incredibly aggressive animal, as we were mentioning before. Now, I have in my mind a fun fact/story, but I don't know if it's true. So I'm going to throw it out there and see if if anyone else agrees, or if I was just told this in a pub one day. Were honey badgers responsible, because they do love to snatch testes? They got in somehow and snatched the testicles of Tutankhamun. Is that a thing? Or is that a pub story, I was told?
Okay, well, I've managed to find a reference for the loose skin enabling them to twist around, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find a reference for did honey badgers steal Tutankhamun's testicles.
Are they in Egypt? Honey badgers?
I think they're
I can't see
range
any.
goes up that
There's no
high.
source on here that I'm looking at so far.
I did. It was one I always questioned the legitimacy, but it stuck with me, that story.
Yeah, I think along with eating crusts on bread, making your hair curl, probably that was a fib.
But that's
Wait,
not
that's
right.
not a thing.
What the fuck?
What?
Eating your crust.
Unfortunately, not. Yeah.
Wow.
If you've eaten all your crust, that's why you got
My
curly hair.
life is a
so-
lie.
So, you've made both boys made really some compelling arguments, but let's assign the question. You put these two in an octagon. Who's winning in a scrap?
I think Hippo will do it. Let's be honest. He doesn't need to snap it in half. That is a one chomp job, and they are aggressive enough to
Okay,
bite
fair
first
enough.
as well. I
And
think.
you said the hippos are quick. Understood. Those honey badgers are fast. They're
You're
quick,
in an octagon.
so I could run around a hippo, run circles around.
You'll
a
just
hippo.
wait
I
and
don't
then
know.
eat it.
If it's a male hippo, he better be covering his testes, because I think if he had his testes bitten, he'd be like, "Well, I'm getting the hell out of here," and he would quiver in fear.
It's an octagon.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, a lot of the time so honey badgers are hunted. Things do hunt them, particularly hyenas.
And hippos.
will
But
hunt
they've been
them.
known to chase away hyenas.
They
like
have
That's
been.
the thing.
But I mean,
There's no escape in the octagon.
the hyenas only need to get lucky once, isn't it? The old IRA Thatcher thing. They only need to get lucky once. Thatcher, and in this case, the honey badger needs to get lucky every time. In a lot of ways, Margaret Thatcher was like a honey badger. I'm pretty sure she could twist in her own skin.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at pictures of her as she was getting older, she could definitely twist around.
Margaret Thatcher was my backup choice if we tied. So
Truly the highest body count.
I have Googled it. I don't want to put myself down here because I still think the honey badger is a strong contender, but there's, from the website roaringnature.com, it does say the hippo could pick the honey badger up with one bite and crush it.
Yeah.
So
So the thing with honey badgers,
jaw.
they have really, they have really thick skin, but they have thick skin that can hold off a lion's bite. And I think a lot of the time the lions don't bother because lions are really lazy. And if it's high effort prey, they're not going for it. Like if prey fights back, fuck it, they'll go find some gazelle somewhere. Hippos, their teeth are so huge, I can't imagine that they would not break that skin, even though it's so thick. Like I think the hippo has it.
Yeah, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. It's hippo all day, every day.
So, I mean, it had to happen at some point.
have I
Brandon
won a
had to win
bracket?
one.
he's won a bracket.
I'm gonna get a hippo tattoo after this. It's
It's
beautiful.
not won it yet, mate.
I'll take a bracket win. I'll take. Yeah.
Something. Fair enough. I can't really be disappointed with that. The hippo is an absolute giant, but honey badgers, don't fuck with them, guys. Okay?
Oh,
I'm
super
telling you.
aggressive. Yeah.
They'll mess you up. They'll mess you up. That's not good. But there we go. So cool. There we go. So I think that's the brackets over. Do we now? Is it now we're going to talk about our what we can fight? Because
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we go in now. We've got 2 brackets out the way. We'll do this, and then we'll go into some Smash or Pass.
So we're saying what's the most dangerous animal we think we can win in a fight with unarmed.
Yeah.
So we're going in with just fists.
So I've got a fun story for this. My partner's dad, he's very tall, jovial gentleman, a little gentle giant, like seems like he wouldn't hurt a fly. But he's genuinely said to me that he genuinely thinks he could take a kangaroo in a one-on-one fight. And I'm like, that's absolute horseshit. Kangaroos will kill anybody in a fight.
Kangaroos are buff.
Yeah. They got a right. There's a kick, isn't it? Because they do punch as well, don't they? But the kick
can
that'll wipe you out.
That will, fuck you up. Yeah.
So I'm calling horseshit on that. But also, my picks are terrible because I've had like one fight in my life, and it wasn't a fight. It was in year 5 when I grabbed my bully's head and whacked it against a hairdryer. Not a hairdryer, with the little hand dryer in the toilets.
Ryan,
That was my
coming in with a Yakuza finish.
Yeah,
was my-
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's my one and only fight story.
Then he tore his shirt off and he had this fucking dinosaur tattoo.
But the funny thing is, this gives you an indication of, my life. I was such a goody two-shoes in school that when he told on me, I got away with it completely scot-free.
Yes. Ryan, the Diplodocus of Dojima.
Okay, so what are you fighting?
Well,
then?
I went
Tell us what
through
you're fighting.
general animals and was like, I don't want to fight a cat because they're too cute. Dogs are a tricky business because small dogs are little bastards, but I reckon I can kick one pretty far. Don't quote me on that, please. You go into bigger
It's going to be
dogs.
real horrible when we
Yeah.
we go and take this to the test.
Bigger dogs scare the shit out of me and probably I wouldn't do well against. You get to like wolves and bears. Come on now. You're going to take the piss if you think you can fight one of those.
Yeah, not a chance.
So I think, and then you get into like birds. You can fight a bird. So I think scary birds, like maybe an eagle. I reckon I could take an eagle.
Peggy Mitchell.
I don't think you could take an eagle.
No, mate.
I think those talons get in
claws,
there.
mate, and their beaks.
Their beaks
They'll,
are fine,
like,
mate.
Fuck you up,
beaks are
man.
fine.
Yeah, but they're fast.
I don't think their beaks
You're
are
not
fine.
that fast.
All right, so I'm
You'll
gonna
get
step
fucked.
this down.
Talons are doing damage.
I'm gonna take this down. I could fight a swan, easy peasy.
Oh, fair.
I'll give.
So I'm going to go off the back of yours. Actually, it works really well because the best thing I can fight, basically the same as what Ryan's just said, because I did the same thing, is a Canadian goose. Because they're very aggressive, and I would love to punch one because they're motherfuckers. You could kick it in the head.
Or you just grab them by the neck and like.
You would love to punch a Canadian goose.
I don't think I'd love to punch it. Oh, actually, no, I would love to punch it there. I did say that, and I would love to punch it
Before
because
we go any
they're
further,
fucking
can I
motherfuckers,
have a little addendum to this podcast, which maybe we should put at the start? If you're a member of the RSPB, RSPCA, anything like that, this is all a joke. We don't want to go out and punch a goose. Don't report us to the police. Don't report us to the animal
as someone
police.
who works in animal welfare. maybe I shouldn't be here saying this, but yeah, no. Okay, so Ryan's a swan, Robert's a goose.
I've gone through a similar, once again, the sort of bird, but I actually back myself, I think, a little bit more than you two do. I went with ostrich. I think I can.
You're not taking
I think
down an
I could.
ostrich, mate.
Yeah, I
Really?
think I could.
An ostrich. They're really.
You're not
fucking
taking an
quick,
ostrich.
man.
An ostrich would absolutely fuck you up.
Yeah.
Ostriches.
Yeah, what are you going to
kill.
do? Like strangle it?
Yeah,
You're not gonna
into
get
like
anywhere near
a
it.
fucking bow or something.
They have
I'd do
you
it.
on speed. They have you on turning.
They've got you
You're
on
not
power.
catching it for one. And they would fuck you. Those legs are so powerful. I don't know that you'd stand many.
Yeah, well, we'll
kicks,
find
if
out
not
this
just
weekend,
one.
won't we, boys?
This
We'll
is
find
a genuine experience that I have. During my PhD, I dissected a lot of
For
birds.
an ostrich.
Yeah, for an ostrich. During my PhD, I dissected an ostrich, right? And we had to get the ostrich from the farm where it died to our lab group. And it was rigor mortis, so it had set in, and we tried to fit this adult ostrich into the back of my mate's small Kia Picanto. Absolute nightmare to start. But we were getting it out of the car, and the foot got stuck on the edge of the car, and then when we released it, it got so much force that it kind of swung round, and just that little bit of force from that leg, from a dead leg, caught this guy in the face, almost took his nose off. Like, genuinely almost took his nose off. And that's a dead ostrich, Brandon. And you think you can go against a real fucker? Not a chance. Not a chance.
That's one hell of a story.
That's
Great
wild.
advert for Kia Picantos as well.
And I've also just shared a story of a zookeeper who was gored by the ostrich they were caring for. They kicked him to the ground and then gored him. He did survive, but he didn't get up to get any hits on the ostrich.
Yeah, it's I would have to strike first. I'll give it that. I think.
To be fair, I
What are you
think
gonna
Rob
do?
and Ryan would both need to strike first with their geese and swan.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Unless there's a hand dryer involved, I'm not winning that fight, am I?
So, yeah, I went through a similar process. It's like I'm probably not taking a dog, maybe a chihuahua if I'm lucky. I barely think I could probably take guinea pigs living with them at the moment. But no, I was like, right, so what is the biggest thing that is dopey enough? So I think maybe a capybara, because they're so chill. I know I've just said, I couldn't take a guinea pig. That was a joke. I could fucking destroy those guinea pigs in the other room.
Oh, the anger.
I'm going to be in trouble when my partner listens to this, but I think I could really, they're thick as shit, and a capybara is an oversized guinea pig. I think I
A
could.
capybara is a big boy.
They're so chilled out. I think you just choke them out. You wait for them to be in their Japanese bath with their satsuma on their head, and you just choke them out. You hit them.
I don't think. I think they're too sweet. I don't think you could bring yourself to do it.
I wouldn't enjoy it.
I don't think
I'd be in
you'd-
tears.
I think emotionally you wouldn't be able to follow through. Whereas an ostrich, you look at it, you think that's a prick.
Same
And
with the geese and the
yeah,
swan
for
too,
sure.
yeah,
Look
so-
at those animals, you think they're asking for it. Whereas capybara, adorable.
I don't want to do it.
Also,
I don't want to do
wasn't
it.
the category the deadliest animal that we could fight?
Yeah, and I think a capybara might be as deadly as I could go.
A capybara is not deadly.
No,
What do they do?
that's
They don't
the
do
thing.
anything.
That's as deadly as I think I could go.
Fucking hell, Jack. That's like dunking on dogs, man. Like, you can't be doing that. Like,
Yeah.
It seems like...
Hey, I mean, that's it. It's not that they're deadly. They're not. I just don't think I could take anything deadlier than a large herbivore who likes to chill out in a hot bath.
Oh, is this your way of being like, I love all animals and
No.
I'm
No,
passive
I'm
as
gonna
all
ki-
hell,
I'd
but we're
kill a
like,
capybara.
fuck the swans.
But
So we're
I
just
do
going on
not-
size.
I don't back myself. I don't back myself for fighting. No, I don't think we should go on size. I think I've lost this. I think you've all got deadlier animals. I just think a capybara is as bad as I could go. Like, as deadly as I could go. I don't have a lot of confidence in my fighting ability.
Yeah, same.
I've never been in a fight. I've not even smashed someone's head into a hand
dryer.
Hand
Yeah.
dryer. So actually, Ryan's the most aggressive out of all of us, unless Brandon's actually secretly a MMA fighter at the playground. I do have a little thing, I guess is a bit of butt stuff, I guess, which goes on this topic, which there was a big YouGov survey done in America and the UK, and they interviewed about 2,082 people and asked these questions about about who they think what animals they think they could fight off, right? So it's similar to what we've said about
government
geese.
survey.
Yeah, YouGov, yeah. So
How many people said a bear?
So
How many men,
I'll
said
get
a bear?
there. I'll work my way down, but this is split between Britons and Americans. So for some reason, there's a massive difference between Britons. 45% think they could take on a goose, but 61% of Americans think they could take on a goose. So clearly, we are terrified of geese.
I
we
think
we
we've
can
just
take
got
them.
a more realistic idea of our own superiority. Like, they're
So,
Americans.
yeah, like
they
actual
have no
ability.
idea how important they are.
Yeah, we have to deal with geese more often.
Yeah, that's true.
Geese do migrate
Is there geese on
from
there?
the Americas.
And then the closest was a house cat. So basically, 66% of Britons compared to 69% of Americans said they could
It's
fight
quite a
house
low
cat.
percentage, though.
Brandon, go and
It's
get
low,
Sky.
but-
Like,
Do you reckon those 44% that said they couldn't fight a cat are actually cat owners and know how much cunts they can actually be sometimes?
Actually, it'd be 34%.
Oh yeah, sorry, my
What
maths is
breed of
terrible.
cat is it?
It just says house cat. It's
Yeah,
just
say
house
you-
cat, so tabby cat, I guess.
Yeah.
Tabby cat.
Domesticated
Go
panther.
for like normal cat. But the best thing is when you get to these larger animals. And obviously as Britons we're very, very passive and we're like, we can't fight anything basically. The Americans on the other hand, oh my god, 9% of Americans think they can take a crocodile.
No,
Bet hippo ain't on that list. Just
8% of Americans think they can take a gorilla,
No.
a lion, and
no,
an elephant.
absolutely not.
I generally sometimes have nightmares about gorillas. They terrify me that
Gorillas
much.
I think I just
terrifying.
have nightmares about Americans.
Yeah.
Like, how do you go through the world with that sort of inflated self-opinion? Like, how does a whole country have that disease?
Much like the crocodile death roll. I've seen some gorilla videos, and Jesus Christ,
You don't want to fuck with
Dude,
gorilla.
terrifying.
That
That
is
was
a
my
mass-
second choice.
That's a good one, gorilla. To be fair, that would have been good. The hippo was, I think, a better option.
I think a hippo would fuck up.
But the last one is that the 6% of Americans think they could take on a grizzly bear.
I thought you were going to say griffin then. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Griffin, no, not
a mermaid.
Yeah. 3% think they can take a basilisk. No, it was a grizzly bear. So we've got a good 6 to 8% range of people
what
thinking
about
they
polar
can
bear?
fight.
Is polar bear?
There's no polar bear on there. No, it's just grizzly bear.
I'd be interested.
I mean, that is wild. I cannot. When I first saw that, I was like, that is just
6%
wild.
of
I
Americans
can't believe
haven't
it.
seen The Revenant entirely. Because
That
that's
was
a
an
harrowing-
intense movie, man.
I mean,
yeah.
where are they doing this survey? If they're doing it all in, like, New York, then, okay, yeah, those people haven't been
I reckon
outside of a city.
I
in
reckon
their
the
life.
deep, dirty
It doesn't
south.
say.
If they're doing the survey in Alaska, what the fuck is going on?
They're all
Yeah.
so strong.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh! But there you go. There's a little bit of a side for you. So, oh my gosh! Right. Well, should we actually get into the real business? The final round, which is the hippopotamus.
We've got a smash or
versus
pass, haven't we?
the African.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have.
smash
Oh
or
my
pass.
gosh! I've gone completely past that because we're too busy talking about fucking geese up and apparently ostriches.
Right, we're
and
going to
capybaras.
have a relatively quick smash or pass. I think I'm doing it this week as well.
You are.
Yeah.
You're smashing.
So, I'm bringing someone who should be in there already.
Capybara.
I tried to stay away from animals because of the theme of this week and the fact that we just had Attenborough last week. And shit cartoon Attenborough the week before that. I'm bringing Goku. Put Goku in Smash.
He's already in a fighting game.
Yeah, but it's not a platform fighter.
Oh,
Just
Tangibly
No,
different
no,
game.
no.
Different game. There's fucking fighting games in Smash. Fighting characters in
Yeah, there
Smash.
is. There's Kazuya.
Yeah,
in
2D
Smash
fighter
Bros.
Terry,
is not the same as a
Ken
platform
and
fighter.
Ryu.
One is a real fighter and one is a platform fighter.
No. Oh no, we're splitting hairs
No,
here.
we're not.
This seems like hair splitting.
You can play Smash.
Oh.
You get confused if we sit you down in front of fighters.
a fight
I
is
don't know.
a hard game for idiots like myself to play, though. So I'm saying no. I don't think
Goku.
goes
Platform
for
fighter is not a real fighting game. This shouldn't be.
When you say
Like,
platform
if it-
fighter, if you play on Omega stages, there's no platforms.
It's
right?
still
Is that what-
that's
oh no,
just-
you're saying you can knock off
that's
the stage.
just
Is that what you mean?
The genre of the that's the genre of the fighting game. That's just what it's called. That's what all these knockoffs that have come out recently, like the Nickelodeon one and the multiverses.
I'm trying to think because Goku appears in a lot of the sort of Jump comics mashup games. I'm trying to think if they ever did one of those that's like a platform fight that is more akin to it. I can't think of any.
They do like the really bad arena fighters where
It's
it
normally
controls like a
or like a 3-on-3 type.
yeah. So I did sit down and think about this. But a 2D fighter is not. Put Goku in Smash.
We've also got an Akira Toriyama character in there already, so that's why I don't think Goku.
There can always be more Toriyama characters.
Nah.
Yeah.
Are you going to say you don't want to put Chrono in Smash?
No.
You don't want Chrono in Smash?
He's a sword character, so no.
Yeah, no, I want Chrono in Smash. I'd want Chrono more than Goku, to be honest. It'd be so good.
It was up there in my choices, but I thought I'd go for something that's not a game character. Goku should be in Smash. He his ultimate going Ultra Instinct or doing a Kaioken, or he's got so many options.
True, because I guess you've got the various sort of Saiyan levels for your outfits.
Yeah. Either outfit or build that in as like his gimmick. Like progressing through those, building up energy.
He could have like little kid Goku as well, like they do like Young Link and stuff.
His little like charge up animation is just him holding his hands up.
I think
He'd fit so well.
It is a yes from me because I love Dragon Ball, but I think you took a very easy option there. I think.
Oh, I did.
That is it's a yes, but I also think that's quite a lazy choice on your part, Jack. I think you.
Oh, it is.
I think
but
you can do
easy
better.
wins.
So
I need the easy wins.
No.
I think for me, I was going to say 100% no, but then you brought in a good idea of progressing through the levels as a character idea, and I think that's interesting. But it's not interesting enough for me to go yes, so I'm going to say no as well.
I'm saying
passing.
no. Yeah, I'm passing because you shat on me when I bought in a character that was from a cartoon, and it's in a fight. No, it's still a fighter. I'm saying
they're
no.
not fighting games. They're not real fighting games.
No.
They're platform fighters. They're jokes.
Sorry, the answer
There's
is
no talent. It's all luck.
If people want to play Goku, they'll play fighters, right? They're not going to play.
You cannot compare
Smash.
Smash to a real fighting game.
Jack only says this because he's crap at Smash.
Also, don't take Jack's hot take. He doesn't like 3D platformers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because they're bad. They're bad games.
No, not
They're universally bad games.
I'm vetoing everything you say now just because of that comment.
The last good mascot platformer was probably Banjo-Kazooie.
What? No.
Oh my god! No,
Crash.
Stop,
I
stop.
don't enjoy Crash.
Stop
I
it.
don't like Spyro.
Mario Odyssey.
Welcome to Dutty Butties, where Jack shits on your childhood.
No, I said this last time. Like, Mario is in sort of a league of its own because they're good games. But the problem is all these other mascot platformers don't take any lessons from the Mario games. They do their own thing and they feel like arse. They just feel shit to play.
Time was great.
I just there's nothing interesting going on there.
This episode has gone one way too long. Let's go to the final bracket before we all explode at this.
Goku is not in Smash.
There's a reason the genre died and it should have stayed dead.
No, separate question.
No way. I can't believe
Goku.
this.
Final round, please. Final round.
We shouldn't have passed on Goku. Goku is a good character. Goku's robbed.
Hashtag
Yeah,
Goku
I would play
robbed.
Smash again.
He's
if
not
Goku's
being robbed
in
at all. He's in a fighting game.
He's in a 2D he's in a real fighting game. He can be in Smash.
Should have picked Chrono. Right, final bracket. Hippo versus elephant.
Jack just sent a picture of a...
That doesn't help. That doesn't help.
Like a hippo.
But the PSI of that hippo's jaw, I think they're going to be... I'm sticking with the aggression. I think a hippo's more aggressive. I have statistics on its weight and how long it can hold its breath. How relevant that will be, I don't know. But maybe it will be. Hippo.
I think the elephant will have a harder time with the hippo. I think it would be relying on being tossed around.
Ladies, I think that it will latch on and it will do real damage to that elephant. I think it would strike. It would go in first. It would walk in like Conor McGregor. It would latch on, bring down the mighty jaws of the hippo, and I think it would do real damage to that elephant and throw it off its game. I think it would. The elephant's too reliant on its size that it will get too full of itself, and then a hippo walks in and it's...
I think its size is like the main reason it's going to win. I think it's just too big for the hippo to deal with.
I think it's the hippo. Like, the hippo gets one tusk into the belly, pierces a few organs, game over. I think, yes,
yeah, but
the elephant
look at the size. How is it getting to the belly? Like, it's got to go through everything else to get there.
Big.
Like, it's got to take it down. Yes, it's big,
Yeah,
but
they're
it's
big.
not
They're really big.
on the same scale. I don't think it's getting to the belly in the first hit.
It could reach.
I think you're right. If it could get to the belly in the first hit, it'd win. I don't think it's doing it.
I think we're obviously going for sort of a fully grown adult at its athletic peak, right? That would be
and
big
then
enough
if
to
we're going
reach
for a
the
fully grown bull
undercarriage.
elephant, I think it gets a bite in. It doesn't get it in anywhere critical on the first bite, and then the elephant's
I think it
tusks
would.
go through the hippo.
The hippo is faster than the
19
elephant.
miles
no?
per hour.
No.
How
Yeah,
fast is the
bring up your
elephant?
FIFA Ultimate Team card. Go on. 99 passing. Gold rated. Yeah,
I'm
he's in
getting it in
form.
metrics, so give me a second.
Because if it's about like not juking. That's the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? Like surrounding. It's like surrounding the animal, right? Like the dangerous part of the elephant, yes, the feet are dangerous, is the head. The head is the dangerous part, right? If the hippo can get behind the elephant and is faster,
Got that agility.
then the hippo has the upper hand, right?
They're
But then I
almost-
do understand that the elephant is ginormous.
I'm not saying it's
They
not.
are massive. And
Like,
that-
I don't think the hippo's going to just walk in and out. It will be terrifying. And it will be terrified.
I think
Yeah.
that's it. I think the hippo gets some good hits in. I don't know how long the elephant lasts after the fight, if it does at all. But I think the elephant is big enough and its skin is thick enough and it has the tusks and the ability to just outlast and get more hits on.
It can
because of its
bite through a
endurance.
crocodile. It'll
it's not-
get through.
It's not fighting a crocodile, mate. It's fighting an elephant. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
but-
I can.
But just in terms of sort of the ability, the sheer pressure and power of that jaw biting through something.
I think it gets some good hits in, but I think the elephant like takes the hit and then just destroys the hippo.
Oh my gosh. Again, goes down to the same thing as well. Also about the crocodile, isn't it? Because we're saying what's going to win the ring, and it's a shame because the hippo is more terrifying than the elephant.
Yeah.
like I'd be more scared
I mean,
personally of the hippo.
That's it. When again, from personal experience, when a bull elephant lowers its head with its tusks towards your car, that is terrifying.
Hippo's not driving them.
You've had that,
But also, a hippo doing a similar thing would scare me the same amount.
Yeah.
Well, if it opened its mouth.
I don't want to be chased by
terrifying.
either.
Oh my gosh, Ryan, what are you thinking? Since
I
you're
think,
the other half of this,
I think the picture that Jack sent clinches it for me. I was all Team Hippo for so long, but they can
Give
genuinely...
me, if we're going off that, give me one brief Google search.
yeah, because I suppose you could. The problem is you could put anything, couldn't you? You could put like hippo messing up an elephant, and then you're going to
No,
get
but
those
it's a
pictures.
generalised constructive argument in the fact that, yes, if you were talking about a bull elephant, those tusks are long and strong enough to get a hippo and flip it. And I think once the hippo's on its back, there you go, that's game, set, and match, elephant.
and he's going to stab it.
Yeah, the other thing with the elephant, like, it's got its weight behind it, which, okay, the hippo's fucking heavy. Like, that's a big boy. But the elephant is heavier. Once that hippo is on the ground, on its back, it's one stomp on the head. And that's game over.
I'm going to level with you. The Google search didn't help my corner, so I think we need to disregard the internet because this is make-believe.
I in that case, the honey badger. Bring that back in, and the crocodile. It's going to be the elephant. I think the elephant's going to do it. I think the elephant's going to do
I'm in the
it.
elephant's corner as well. I really want the hippo to win because we all love big, chunky boys ruling the world, but unfortunately, it's the elephant.
But Ryan hates
I hate hippos.
elephants.
I can't legally say that I hate elephants because my mum absolutely obsessed with them, so she would disown me if I didn't make this choice. Sorry, Brendan.
No, it's understandable. It's understandable.
Okay, so the winner is it African bull elephant? Is that correct?
Yeah, an African bull.
Or is it just bull elephant?
Well, a bull is just a
African
male.
bull elephant.
African dude
Okay.
elephant.
Does that mean Jack has a hot streak going of 2 episodes? in a row?
Two-time winner.
He has a hot
The
streak of
first
2.
win
He
streak.
does.
Let's go.
He does. Now, right, Guts v bull elephant. Let's go.
Guts. Guts would win that fight.
Oh yeah, Guts is. I've actually been reading a bit more about that now. I'm like, okay, he's actually pretty cool. So
Oh, yeah, Guts is rare.
I mean,
I'll give you that.
going back to that, I mean, we don't need to go back to that, but I think one of the best things about Berserk is, okay, Guts is a badass, but also underlying that, the whole thing was originally inspired by shoujo manga, and you can see it. It's so good.
So for the second week in a row, what's our next episode, Mr. Jack?
Oh, motherfucker. I wasn't expecting to win. You know what? I've been playing a load of Midnight Suns, Marvel's Midnight Suns, and that's actually a phenomenal game. I'm realizing that, I still love Marvel, I just don't like the MCU. I think we should do our favorite superhero. Maybe we just do favorite Marvel superhero, because we can do DC and other things another time. What do we think?
Oh, okay.
What's the best Marvel superhero?
Marvel superhero.
I think there's so much there. We should stick to Marvel.
As someone who hates the Marvel universe, this is going to be a very.
Well, I kind of know you're already going to pick,
Yeah,
mate.
we're
So
gonna-
I was on that same. I was on that same page with you, and then I played a game where Blade is continuously trying to flirt with Captain Marvel, and starts a book club, and then Captain America joins the book club and is convinced that Blade has just made it to try and be friends with Captain America. It's so good. It's such a good game. It's what if Fire Emblem Three Houses, but with Marvel characters, and they're written like the comic books, not the movies.
Well, there we go.
this is Marvel superhero. We can't pick villains or
I think
anything.
we
It
should
has to be a hero.
stick to superhero.
Okay.
I think it's nice and specific for a change. Well, I've got more general ideas, but I think we stick with a specific one. We get the obvious stuff out of the way, and then we go deep in future episodes on other things.
Okay, that sounds good to me. So it's a
There
different
you
category,
have it.
so. Nice one.
And this isn't
stuff.
putting them one-on-one in a fighting ring. This is just the best. I mean, that can be part of it, but this is just...
Are we going to put everything in a fighting ring now, no matter what it is? So
Possibly.
Lovely. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, guys. I guess just to sort of do the admin-y bits at the end, right? So we've got socials. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram at Best Butties Pod. So please do follow us there for any updates to the podcast. We'll post some other memey things on there as well, I'm sure. And then also, if you want to send us your deadliest animal, what do you think can take an elephant, a hippo, a crocodile, or Daniel Ricciardo, then you can send that through to bestbuttiespod@gmail.com. And we still want to hear about your husbando hot takes, because we love our husbandos.
And goatees and sandwiches, everything.
I thought you meant just facial hair then. I was like, have I missed an episode?
Goty, goatee.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be good. So, well, thanks everyone for listening. It's been great having you tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Lots of love.
I gotta stick.